Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to our first episode 3, which I think is a good tribute to where this started. We're close to rounding off season 1 of Spotlight, so I figured I'd bring an oldie but a goodie fan favorite, Nakota Newman.
I would like to point out that he said he would not be inviting me back. However, here we are.
I've been chewing on my words since.
I put a lot of thought and care into if I was going to accept the invitation or not after he blackmailed me and said that I would not be back. But here we are.
Lo and behold,
Yeah.
Nakota Newman makes his return.
I couldn't help it. I'm too proud of looking at myself and hearing myself. I had to take the opportunity.
I know. Well, I had you do the questionnaire again, just in case something crazy happened in between that you expected me to know, but I didn't.
Sure.
And so I put you on there. But I thought it was interesting that you put introvert on your thing, and then the next 4 answers were about hearing yourself, love being on video.
It's true.
So what is that dynamic?
So the difference is, and I put introvert because it's true. And people don't believe me when I say that. But genuinely, 3 hours of being around people and I want to be at home alone.
Okay.
Some people like having attention for hours, right? That's what I would consider an extrovert. Someone who's going to go out to a party and they want to be the center of attention for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Give me condense that into 2 and then I'm going home.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want any more. It's enough for me. Give me a video of it. I can watch it back later and be like, oh, that's me up there. And I'm chilling.
Yeah, okay. So it's like the Jack Black effect of having a bunch of energy as a 54-year-old man, but it's literally only when the cameras are on, and then afterwards he's like, okay, I need to recharge.
Instead of taking 6 hours to slowly work through my energy bar, it's one motion. It's all a 2-hour limit, and then the rest of it is just decay.
Yeah,
there's nothing else after that.
Time.
Yeah,
you're going on negative. Your phone died a long time ago.
Pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never liked that. The analogy of charging a battery in social situations or draining a battery. I don't think that really grasps what being an extrovert is. It's really just about having fun with other people.
Yeah,
is mostly what it is.
I can enjoy being around people, but I don't know, man. I can't do it for that long.
I'll say definitely a spectrum. But I thought that was funny, and I was gonna ask you about that. But so you put that you are still president. Are you president of Greenlee? Or
yes?
Because every time I ask you about it, there's a dwindling level of commitment in it, and you're like, I don't even know what's going on there anymore.
Believe it or not, I am still the president. That might just be because we have not done elections since I've become president. Would I be voted out? Maybe. Would I be impeached? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm still the president right now, and no motion has been made to change that.
Okay, so walk me through what you guys have done.
Sure.
This semester.
I've actually done a lot.
Okay, wow.
Believe it or not,
I'm actually
I've
super
done
because
a
I
lot.
love Greenlee. But
so the daily, you might remember the first time I came here, I complained about them. I've changed my mind.
Oh, okay.
They're actually very cool.
We're very untrustworthy people.
It's true. Yeah. No, I hate people until I meet them.
Yeah. Okay.
But the daily has their website where they post their news stories, and then I record stuff. And sometimes I use Greenlee, I use daily stories. And so I told them hey, what if instead of me making my own website, I just put my stuff on yours? And they said yes, and I was amazed.
Wow.
But now, I think it's up by now. I haven't checked, but our goal was by April 1st. Again, barely the president. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't checked. But by April 1st, our plan was to have a section on the daily website for all of our stuff. So now when it gets edited, it actually has a place to live on their website. It's easier to find.
Okay. So what stuff have you guys been doing then? Have you guys been making content? And then did it just live on the Greenlee?
It lived in the Cybox where nobody could see it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you want to call that living,
it was incubating.
It was on the internet, very technically, but now it has an actual place. Because other than that, the only stuff that it would go is to my website.
Okay.
Which is not the most official place that you want your club's media group stuff to go, is to your president's personal portfolio website.
Yeah.
It's on my website though.
I would say it's almost like you're stealing. These are your content slaves, and then you're like, yeah, this is all my stuff.
It's more true than you would think.
Yeah. Nakota Newman's.
Because as it stands, I also don't have a separation between the stuff that I make and the stuff that I direct. So it's one channel like one web page that gets updated with new shit. So it goes back and forth between actually being me and just being other people.
Yeah, and you should just put your name, Nakota Newman, and then the name of whatever the skit or news story is. So it's just nobody has any inkling as to what what you put into this.
See, I make it very covert. I just label them as the date.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not about not giving credit. It's about knowing that if I give credit, I will be called out for it not being me.
Yeah,
and so it doesn't get credit.
Yeah, and that kind of goes well with kind of being president. Also, like, it's a good gig. It's a good gig.
See, but now I can say that when I graduate, I helped a media club reorganize itself.
Yeah. So I guess what actual process did you? Because I'm sure that you're underplaying the amount of help that you did with this group.
Kind of, yes.
I'm sure you are. But like, so on a realistic level, what did you actually do?
Sure.
I do want to hear about this like Phoenix story of Greenlee. Like now that it's been a year or a semester year since we talked about like the start of what you wanted this to be and now where it's at. So tell me, like, where did you guys end up?
So yeah, over the course of the semester that I was in charge, I first off moved everything over to the Student Innovation Center. I made that decision very early on because the Greenlee studio fucking blows.
Yeah.
Apologize. It's just really bad. I have talked to accreditation staff, which is the group of people who are like, they come from the state and they say like, is this university still worthy of being accredited in this program?
Okay.
I talked to them and I aired out a bunch of grievances to them.
What program is this? Any program or like what?
They talked to us as journalism and mass communication students.
Okay.
They came to the Greenlee School and they separated us off and they said, this is a group of journalism students, this is a group of advertising, this is a group of PR. We're going to talk to each of them individually, tell us what grievances you have at the school and what you think could be better. I aired out a lot of stuff to them and I said, hey, the broadcast program here is really bad and we need to work on it. And I talked to them and I can tell that the stuff that I told them kind of made its way back to Dr. Dahlstrom, who is he's the head of the Greenlee School, I think is his official title. I don't know if he has one, but everyone calls him Dr. Dahlstrom. Very cool man. We've started having more meetings with everyone in the Greenlee School, all of the presidents for the different media clubs. We actually meet now, and we share members in between each other. So we have like kind of bi-monthly meetings where we're like, hey, this group needs this work done from this group. Could you guys help us with that? Hey, I need this thing recorded. Could you guys send people over for that? And we do that. We kind of round robin it around, which stuff not directly involved with Greenlee School TV, but stuff that has largely helped us.
Okay.
That's why we're on the Daily's website now, is I talked to them about it. I said, hey, can I move my stuff over there? And they said, sure. And they said, hey, we also have people who want to learn how to do video. And I said, sure, send them over to me. So we have a nice like circle of living thing going on now, which is all me, baby.
Wait, did you set that up, or is that like something that you're kind of like the spokesman for representing Greenlee School TV?
I didn't set it up. Dr. Dahlstrom set it up, but I would like to think that by yelling at the accreditation staff, that had a part in it.
Yeah. So walk me through some of like the specific complaints, because
sure,
from my perspective, this studio is so sick. This whole thing is so awesome. So like, what were some of the things that you were like requesting and like we're working on?
Sure. First off, that's what I started with. Is this building is sick, but all of the equipment that we have is really bad.
Okay.
In the Greenlee School, that was step one for me. That was like, hey, it's ridiculous that I'm using this equipment and it doesn't work. Another thing that I brought up to them was there's not a lot of like, it's an issue that the Greenlee School has that's very specific to Greenlee. I think that a lot of the teaching is done in clubs. Okay. A lot less of the teaching is done in classrooms, because a lot of teachers will just tell you, go join this club to learn how to do this.
Okay.
So, Gary will tell you, go join the Daily to learn how to write. He'll teach you how to write in class, and he's very good at it. But you're going to get more experience in the club. Okay. Which feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like me, who runs a club with technology that doesn't work. It's hard for me to teach broadcast with a program that doesn't work.
Yes.
And you kind of get that stacking up and it goes behind. We've lost broadcast courses over time because our equipment doesn't work. That's kind of the crux of a lot of it, is the stuff I have doesn't work. I have to come over here now. I think there's going to be less broadcast courses because stuff is being moved over here.
And if you get the responsibility pushed on you to like teach these people how to do it, and it's like we kind of don't have the equipment or know how to
Yeah.
actually teach people that.
I don't have the equipment, and I also don't have the know-how how to teach them because the people before me didn't have the equipment. So
Yeah.
I'm telling them things that are like, we do it like this. In the real world, you won't do it like this because you're going to have equipment that works. But for here, we have to do it like this because that's the only way we can get it to work, which sucks.
Dang, so you're kind of, so you worked on fixing that, and so where does that ended up now? Is it a lot better, I'm assuming?
It is a lot better.
Yeah.
Now I can pretty much, like, I get here late some days for the recording because I have a life going on. And they're running and doing fine without me, which is not something that would have happened last semester.
Yeah, okay.
I did a lot of the tech stuff last semester, a lot of the camera setup. I don't know if I didn't show up if it would have still happened because a lot of it was me. And now I've actually like taught people how to do it, and they've had interest in doing it because they've had equipment that's fun to work with and is actually like workable with. And the worst part is I can't claim any of that. That's mostly the Student Innovation Center. That's fantastic, and they have equipment that functions. But it's great now.
I would say that's a big W. I mean, it kind of sucks though that because you're graduating this semester. Or
This is my last semester of courses, and then I have internships after that.
Okay. And so then you're kind of just passing the baton down. Like, here's the brand new studio with all the equipment that works. And then you kind of get to watch them do it after you. You know what I mean? Which kind of sucks, but it's kind of beautiful too.
I talked to my mom about it a little bit when she first heard that I was like doing a bunch of these changes. She was like, doesn't it like annoy you that you're not going to be able to see any of this? I was like, kinda, yeah. But I still got to know that I did it.
Well, and it's something that you can very easily watch the progress of.
Oh, yeah.
In the future, because it's a program that you're supposed to be able to like watch and read and stuff. So I mean, it'll be nice to see the fruit of your labor blooming later on.
It was interesting when we first moved over here. They told us this is not a sham at them. They did lie to us a little bit. They told us that when we came in, there would be a full staff of student workers who would be manning the equipment for us, and that if we wanted to, they could teach us how to use it as well. So that did not happen. That's not a thing that happens here. But when I was starting the semester, I was under the impression that I would have a team of like 10 students who worked for the center who would be using the equipment like for me.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't happen.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm glad or not that it didn't, because it means that the people I have actually know what they're doing now. But it would have been nice.
And I think there's value too in like having the people who are doing your program knowing what the equipment does, because then they can kind of be a part of the creative process. But I have not looked at it, but I see the like Make It 101 class. They have the QR codes. Is that like an online thing to kind of teach you about the equipment here, or like the studio? I've never looked at it, but I know that was super cool. And then obviously they're getting more adult staff, or I think I don't know if they work.
They are.
I don't know if, so they have adult staff, full-time staff, and now there's 3 of them, maybe 4, that they have working here that know how to do the equipment.
I know of
too.
at least 3.
Yeah, and so
3
and a half. Or I've seen one guy here, and I don't know if he's a trainee or something, but I love this place.
Start of the semester was 2.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Just Lane and Louis. Louis. Yep, my boy. Louis. But I love this place, and I love watching it like expand and grow. But I think you know a lot more about where it was and where it is now.
Oh my
definitely
God.
I do.
When I first was talking to them, their website did not work. They had a box for to go into a survey to say when you wanted to reserve a space, which works now. It's on the website. You can go there and they have the box and it works just fine. When I did it, I pressed it and it reloaded the page, and nothing happened. And it eventually took a lot out of me. I was like, fine, whatever. And I walked here. Big steps for me.
Yeah. You actually went outside.
Yeah, I went outside.
Touched grass.
I had to touch grass. I had to talk to people in person, which I was not very a fan of. And I came in and I was like, hey, I wanted to reserve the space. And they're like, oh, you could have done it on the website. And I was like, wrong.
Actually,
I can't. I tried. Believe you me, I did my best. And they're like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, it doesn't work. So apparently nobody had told them. They didn't know. They just told me like, oh, yeah, it's under construction. I was like, yeah, it's under a lot of construction.
It's the scaffold right now. Yeah.
It's like a Donkey Kong level, so it doesn't function.
Yeah, because I know they're working on that. It's so cool because when you and me did the first episode, this is like in its infancy. I mean, you can see just visually the room is, we have carpet and just this room. You know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of people use it. I'm seeing the staffing. They're building new systems like signing in, checking in. They have stuff for, they're trying to build a way, because right now I have to email them to set up, and then I'll be like, hey, can I use this time? Be like, no, this time, but this time works. And then I have to go back. So it's kind of poop, but you know, they're setting up a system to where I can like reserve times comfortably and like do that. So it's cool seeing it grow, but like, how has like Greenlee, so tell me more about like Greenlee's growth in this and like what you guys are doing and using.
When we first came in here, one of the big issues was how do we get our desk in here? Which, spoiler alert, we did not. We gave up on that. Because back at the old studio, we have a huge wooden desk with a placard on it that says Iowa State University? Iowa State Daily? Iowa State TV? Something like that. It's a red placard, gold lettering. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Super huge desk. And we're like, well, we can't start in here. What's the next best option? The first like couple weeks here before spring break, I guess, our table was we took a table from the Commons.
Okay. Yeah.
And we angled the camera so that it was just barely cutting off the bottom of the table so that it looked like a desk.
Yeah.
Which is horrendous to set up. And now there's blocks. I came in after spring break and there were set blocks. And I was like, this is fantastic.
This is perfect.
Yeah, this is all I could have wanted. Because my original plan was like, I'm going to go out and buy a red tablecloth and I'm going to like staple that placard onto it, which is an awful thing to have to do, which would have looked horrendous, and I'm glad I didn't have to do it.
And then you still would have had to move it in and set up the shot.
I still would have had to move in a rickety table from the Commons. Didn't have to do that. Same thing as like the chairs that we use are literally just taken from the Commons and we move them back out when we're done. Because whatever, we don't have chairs in here, but we take them. It's fine. It works. But yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool seeing like people actually using this space in this studio, because like we were kind of talking about while we were setting up the camera. Again, we had to have staff come in and like set this up for us because it was janky, which is just so sick. But we were talking about how like people are starting to use this more often, and like it's a little bit more competitive to get this room even. And I could imagine that it's the same way because people are using that as like a photo studio.
Use it as like a full photo studio. People get headshots taken here. I don't have to deal with any of that because I did it when the semester first started. I have Thursday 6:30 to 7:30 on lock until we die. That is not an issue. Yeah. I made it clear very early on, like I want 6:30 to 7:30 every week on Thursday on the dot, no questions asked. And they said, perfect, fine. I said, wow.
I was like, you got it when this thing was. They didn't even have a calendar set up.
Yeah.
They just had to be like, oh,
for a while, they just had sticky notes. They put them on the laptop. Yeah. Because there wasn't a lot of people. It was still getting set up. The word wasn't out yet. So I got the premium spot, and I didn't have to fight at all.
You pre-ordered. Yeah. You pre-ordered that before it even came in.
I pre-ordered my copy of Greenlee School TV studio space, and I've never had an issue with it.
I was going to say, runs fine. Runs perfect. So what kind of content have you guys been putting out?
It's a lot of the same.
Okay.
It's still news-based.
Kind of like news, comedy, like...
I know that coming up is the senior roast night, which I don't want to do. But...
I have to see that.
I don't even know what I'm going to talk about.
So wait, so are you roasting other people or are you getting roasted?
It's everyone roasting all of the seniors that are leaving this semester.
Okay.
It's been, I don't know how long of a Greenlee tradition, or Greenlee School TV tradition, rather. But it's something that we've started doing, at least since I have been part of it, so about 4 or 5 semesters. I don't know if I know people well enough for that. Because, like, I get to know them decently well, but I see you for an hour a week. I don't know, I don't have that, like, there's that no soul-gripping trust there. Yeah. They're going to say whatever they want about me, and I invite it, obviously. But...
so there's a level of getting to know somebody to where you know what not to say. I think that's way more important than like what you can say. You know what I mean? And so it's like you accidentally make someone cry on live TV by making fun of something. Like
I think that there are 3 of us. One of them is me.
Okay, so there's only 2 others that you have to...
See, and that's the thing where I don't even know like who is all graduating out. Because...
Are you just going to improv a
might.
host session?
It might just be like me trying to remember jokes I've told them over the course of the semester and being like, remember that one time that I said that your hair looks bad?
Yeah,
you know,
hopefully you can ride that
Yeah,
until the
I don't know.
show's over.
But all of the other people like doing it, so I let them do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
let them do it. They're
Yeah.
gonna do it regardless if I tell them to do it or not.
Whether you even show up or not.
Yeah.
So then, have you been doing some of the comedy writing, and have you been on camera?
I
still?
wrote stuff for the Olympics Esports week. That was fun.
Olympics Esports Week.
Yeah, the Olympics Esports in Singapore. You didn't know about that?
Walk me through that.
Sure. So when you hear esports, right, you think of like StarCraft. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
I'd say yeah.
Like
yeah.
StarCraft, League of Legends, Rocket
Yeah, League
League.
of Legends, Rocket League.
Okay,
Smash
there's
Bros,
none of
maybe.
that.
Okay.
None of that. It's mobile games.
No.
Like all the way down.
Oh, no, man.
One of them, the only like not mobile game is chess, but instead of doing in-person chess, it's esports on chess.com.
Okay.
There is a taekwondo tournament that is invite only, where the top 16 taekwondo masters, the taekwondees nuts are gonna set up VR systems and are going to do taekwondo in VR.
This is a joke.
It's not a joke.
This is not real.
It's on the official Olympics website.
Whoa. What? It's not its own separate thing?
No.
Wow.
There is
Wow.
tic-tac-bow, which is a mobile game version of tic-tac-toe where you shoot a bow and arrow at like the target, and that's where you put your X's or your O's.
Are they just playing like iPhone text games?
More or less. Yeah, it's basically iMessage games on the Olympic stage. But it does say that there is going to be an in-person event for these
This is
in
unbelievable.
Singapore. It's insane.
This hasn't happened yet.
Correct.
Okay.
It's sometime in the summer. I don't know the
This
date.
turnout's going to be a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go.
The only one that I like somewhat understand is they are doing cycling. So they're having people with their at-home, like their electric bicycles, like the hooked up.
This is really stretching the definition of what esports is.
It's not an esport, which is fine because it's going to be much funnier. Yeah, they have their cycles at home, and they're going to link them up together, and they're going to like ride for mileage. It's insane.
This is unbelievable. Run me through. Do you know the mobile games like Candy Crush? Like
it's
what?
not like actual mobile game names that you would ever have heard of.
like Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, the
like-
baseball one is like the baseball one looks awful. I mean, to be clear, the archery one is the worst by a lot. The archery one I could describe for you is like it looks like one of the worst mobile games you've ever seen. You know, it's a tic-tac-toe board in the sky above like a city skyline, and then you have like a 3D JPEG of a bow and arrow that you pull back and you throw an arrow.
This is literally the equivalent of like if Wii Sports got like big enough to like host its own global tournament. Like
Correct.
this has to be like a 60-year-old marketing team was like, how can we get hip and with the people?
Oh, I forgot the best part. There's two games that you would have heard of with chess, obviously.
Yeah, chess, mobile
but
chess, yeah.
the two that you like will know is Gran Turismo
What?
for racing and Just Dance.
That's how would they get the? How is Just Dance? Walk me through competitively how they are going to do
I can't.
Just Dance.
I don't know.
That is so. I could just imagine. Are they holding the Wiimotes?
Probably.
Like, doing Just Dance. Like if they're gonna, they have it. They have it in their hands. They have a Wii. Like they have a console.
That's right.
They are this close to making it arguably an esports tournament, but they just throw it left field so hard by making the only games. They could have done Wii Sports Resorts, and Wii Games, and you would have had an esports tournament of better quality than what they have.
It's genuinely like insane stuff. Because I woke up one day and it was on Twitter, and it was on like the actual Olympics Twitter. Like, we're proud to announce for the Singapore Olympics Esports Week.
Which would have been so hype.
I was so excited. And then I went to the next tweet down and they're like, tic-tac-bow, Just Dance, Gran Turismo.
This is literally like the Instagram ads that I get for like shitty mobile games.
That's what it
and
feels
it's like it's like like, can you free the man from this cage? And it's like 99% of people fail. Like they're just playing Wordle. It's like a Wordle competition.
It had the chance to be so cool, but now that it's this awful, I cannot wait to see it
I
happen.
am so excited.
Because I think it's the middle of July, if I remember right.
I'm gonna. What are the? Hold on, continue. Sorry, I have a whole other tangent to get on.
I mean, that's about all that there is to it. Is like it's gonna be the middle of July. Again, there's gonna be an in-person thing for this, which I'm very excited for.
I know.
I don't know how big the turnout for Singapore esports is.
Who's competing?
I have no idea. I assume that there's tournaments to go to. I know that Taekwondo is invitational only.
Okay.
Because it's the 16 best actual Taekwondo athletes who are going to be put in VR, which is funny. But all of the others, I assume, are like last chance qualifier tournaments.
I want to compete in like tic-tac-toe so badly.
That's what I was thinking about. Is like, how hard would it be for me to do it? Because it's a mobile game. It's not that hard.
I know.
I could be an Olympian.
Do you think that there are a lot of like world-class tic-tac-toe players who are going to like try hard this? Like you have a 30-year-old who wants his name next to an Olympic title. I haven't even thought about the logistics of like, you are an Olympian.
Yes.
If you win tic-tac-toe, like you stand on a podium holding a silver medal as an Olympian.
Are on the same level as Usain Bolt.
You
are the same value of a human being as a man who has ran faster than every other person that has ever lived. Because you have a phone.
You stand on the podium. I can't tell if this is gonna get like memed so hard that the only people there are doing it ironically. I know, please do that. Yeah. Or if this is gonna be something that like only 80-year-olds who crush it on Minion Run are gonna like come on there and do it. Because I wonder so bad if like Magnus Carlsen, is that his name?
Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, if he's gonna come and just like whoop ass on the mobile
just so
chess.
I can show you, Olympics.com, the official Olympics website. Okay. Olympics Esports Series, Play Beyond. It's in 70 days. The list is Tic-Tac-Bow, WBSC eBaseball TM Power Pros, Chess.com, Zwift, which is cycling, Just Dance, Gran Turismo, Virtual Regatta, which is sailing, Virtual Taekwondo, Tennis Clash. That is the list. Singapore, June 22nd to 25th.
It says this sounds like it's just going to be, they just set up a Connect on the Xbox and
that
then
would
just
be
have
better.
people like it's so bizarre how many hoops they had to jump through to not do the games that the good versions of these games and the games that people would actually be interested in seeing.
See, what I'm curious about is if we're gonna have like a doping scandal. You know,
like people hacking?
No, I mean like if I buy a better car in Gran Turismo,
like am
I gonna get like taken down? Yeah. If I pay to win a gold medal.
Are we gonna have to like watch ads? Like in between? Like
I hope so.
When they're live streaming this, is there gonna be like the aspect ratio to where half of my screen is covered and then I finish a game and it's just a mobile game ad and then I just have to wait and then I can start and do another round?
Could you imagine if you went home, you're like a 50-year-old man, right? In this scenario, you go home, you're gonna watch the Olympics. You just got done watching, like half pipe.
Yeah,
you just
got done watching like.
You just finished watching the best 3-on-3 basketball. Yeah. Basketball's at the Olympics. I don't know how it works, man. I don't watch sports. I don't know anything. And then the channel flicks, and you're watching a 4x3 video. On your 60-inch television, you're watching a 4x3 video of a cell phone.
You have the kids. You have the kids in your living room. With you watching.
It's so sad.
Oh, and it's like one of those like mobile games that are like choose your own adventure, and it's like, what would you do in this situation?
Dude, what I'm scared about, people already don't like esports.
I know.
Right? Because when I go up to someone in the streets after this and I ask them, what do you think of esports? They'll be like, it's stupid. can you believe that they did that? I'm like, man, it's so cool though.
This has to be a ploy by like big sports who are like
Yeah.
the NFL, who's like, we don't want to lose our viewers to, getting TV.
Dude, people still complain that they put poker on ESPN.
Poker's, I imagine, is super interesting
Poker's
to watch.
sick.
Yeah, I imagine that's super fun
And
to
I
watch.
still know people who are like, I can't believe they put poker on ESPN. That's not a sport. It's nerds sitting around a table.
Yeah.
It's cool though, bro.
That's so, I still, that is unbelievable. The Olympics, I just love the idea of this getting trolled super hard, that like everyone who shows, I don't think there's going to be a single person who is involved watching or is there
No.
that takes this seriously.
No.
Because imagine how sick an esports tournament would have been if you have like League of Legends, Super Smash Bros, StarCraft, Rainbow, like every big game
Literally
in like
just
one localized area.
take Evo and move it into Singapore.
Yeah, or just like have it broadcasted. Have like a team as big as like the Olympics doing it. And then you could have like the sickest esports.
Yeah.
Like you could just
That's
walk
the crazy
room
part,
to
right?
room.
Is like my Smash Brothers local is going to be more exciting than the Olympics.
The actual
That's
Olympics.
a problem.
The E-Olympics.
Yeah.
That's so insane, dude.
I don't know. I'm very excited
That's
though.
so funny. Wait, your Smash Bros. What?
My Smash Bros. Local? That was a lie. I've never been to a Smash Brothers local.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I've been to some here up in Bessie, and I've been to some of those, and those are pretty cute. But I'd imagine those are more hype than what the
Yeah.
Olympic thing.
I wanted to get into Smash Brothers locals in the college, but every time that I join the Discord server, I forget that they add everyone ping like every 4 days, and then I get depressed and I leave again. It's like, stop yelling at me.
Yeah, I don't really know how to use Discord, which I know is like a
Sure, yeah, that's
boomer
wild.
thing to say.
It's like Skype.
Yeah, I know how to use it, but I think that the categories within categories within categories thing is just a maze that I get lost in.
Sure.
Especially when you have an official Discord and you have like 1,000 hashtags with sub levels within, and it's like meet me here, and it's like meet you where? But I don't even look at the Smash Discord. I know when they've had it in the past, and I just show up on
And
that
you just
day
hope?
and hope that people are there. Like, I don't know. I can walk in there and be like, yeah, I've walked in there and I don't even look in the window. I just walk to the door and I see nobody in there. And then I just saw somebody who I recognized walking in there. And then I open the door and everyone's just in a corner. And it's like, I would have just missed this. I would have just not been involved if I had just given
Do you
up at that
have
point.
emotions about the Steve ban?
Yeah.
Does that impact your life at all?
I'm very interested in. I watch a lot of Smash content on YouTube. If you know, like the underdogs and like anyway. So I watch a lot of Smash content, and then they're talking about the Steve ban, and I think it's insane that they said like this is the final patch, and then someone actually gets banned, which is so unlike like any Smash game.
We didn't do it in Brawl. We didn't do it in 4. I mean, we should have done it in Brawl, but we didn't. Didn't do it in Brawl. Didn't do it in 4. And now here we are.
I was gonna say what's weird,
And the funny block man is a problem.
I know, like Minecraft Steve. Which if you would have asked somebody in like whenever Smash 1 came out, like in the 1999 or whatever.
Super Smash Brothers was GameCube? No, that's Melee.
64.
Yeah, 64.
Yeah.
Smash 64, yeah.
Yeah, so like that came out and you would have been like, Steve from Minecraft is going to be in this game, along with Sephiroth and Snake from Metal Gear Solid, as well as Pac-Man.
They can say whatever they want. Super Smash Brothers has done the best gift that they could ever do for me, which is making Xenoblade a popular series. I genuinely could not have done it without you, Nintendo. Thank you so much. I don't know how you got Shulk into the main roster for 4. I love you so much. Xenoblade is one of the best games ever made.
And Shulk is like a household name now. You know what I mean?
Which
He's
is
like
insane to me.
the most bizarre, because it's like you have Xenoblade, which nobody talks about. I think Persona is a much smaller group of people, or not smaller. It's bigger than that, but it's still like a small. It's not like Mario.
No,
you know,
it's not.
You know what I mean? And so it's like you have these people who are like, who? You know what I mean? And I think even Fire Emblem makes up like 10% of the roster.
It does.
And like that's also a game that people would not know if.
Well, see, the problem with that is 3 of those characters are from the same game
of
Fire Emblem.
Oh well, which ones? The
Chrom, Robin, and oh gosh, Crom, Robin, and
Byleth or
no, Byleth is from Three Houses. Who's the other Path of Radiance character? Oh my god. Who else is in Path of
Lucina,
Radiance?
Marth, Ike.
Shut up. I'm mad.
I'm listing all of the Smash Bros. Fire Emblem characters.
It's Crom, Robin, I don't care, whatever.
Anyway.
The three of them are from Path of Radiance.
Yeah. Roy.
Ike. It's Ike.
I said Ike, but
You did. I wasn't listening to you because you were spitting a lot of names at me.
Well, I've never even seen a Fire Emblem game, so
Right.
I completely understand.
No, yeah.
Like it just went right past me. You're like,
They're very good.
I'd imagine
Most of them are.
I'd imagine, and I know they have a much bigger fan base because of Smash Bros.
Yes.
But it's just bizarre that you have like, you introduce a DLC and then he gets banned, even though, because they're thinking about doing it to where they're like, we'll ban that tech, which would have been such a funny.
Yeah, I would have loved
Which would
that
have been such a
so
funny
much.
because if you're not familiar, how they do that is like, if they see that you have done that, if you did the tech, then they pause the game and then have somebody go and look at the footage.
Also,
and
to be
like,
clear,
did that happen?
For those of you who are unfamiliar with the tech in question, it's genuinely unnoticeable to the naked eye.
Yeah, it is.
Because the way that it works is a bunch of stuff by putting inputs in before they're supposed to come out. What it does is it stops your momentum, so you go like you're flying and you go straight down. But it's impossible to notice in real time, and it's impossible to tell if it's just a natural thing or if they did the thing or if.
And most importantly,
Impossible.
it is game breaking.
Yes.
Like the stuff that I've seen just in like the infancy of its development is like the things that Steve is not a recovery character. You'll see him in the bottom left, and then he's just like bouncing back up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What just happened?
Minecart left, TNT, minecart right, TNT,
Yeah.
Elytra down, back
Yeah.
up. I love this character.
I was like, dude, what? This is the stuff that we were imagining would be with Steve, and then we were disappointed when it didn't happen. But then people were talking like Steve is just OP, like he's disgusting. And then here's like, okay, now here's groundbreaking tech that like you can't use because it's so good that you couldn't even use it. And even before that, people were like, let's ban Steve. Small local tournaments were banning Steve before this tech was even there.
Oh, yeah. It's very funny to me because local tournaments hate Steve, Kazuya, and Rob.
Rob. I guess that makes sense. But Rob is like
He's just a
top
guy.
5 most played characters in competitive. So
He
it's
is.
like, that shocks me that they're like, you're taking out a ton of people if you did that. I mean, I couldn't think of, there's only a few more characters where it'd be like, if you banned that, people would be that upset. But
Yeah, it's like Rob Palutena.
yeah, Rob Palatena,
Lucina.
Roy's big.
Not anymore.
Really?
A lot
Not
of the
as
Roy
much?
players have given up, except for Georgia.
In Georgia specifically?
Georgia absolutely adores that character.
Why?
I have no idea.
Do you know the breakdown, like state-wise?
I kind of do.
Do you know Iowa?
I used to. I want to say Nest, but I don't think that's right anymore. It was because like overall the most played competitive characters are Rob, Ness, Joker, and like Steve. Not anymore.
Yes.
But it was those three for a while because Ness is really funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. And Ness
Joker
is,
is funny and good, and Rob
tier.
is good.
Yeah.
And because there are maps that come out all the time. I love looking at those maps because every single time that I look at South America, it's Terry. Every time. Because if you don't know, South America loves King of Fighters. A lot.
I've never even heard of the game before Terry came out. But
That's fair. South America, or like South America, Latin America, the Mexico region, everything south of the United States, they love King of Fighters. It is their favorite game ever. And I've talked to multiple Latin American sources about this, and all of them are like, "Yo, King of Fighters, dude. Let's play King of Fighters 15."
It's like, let's play what?
King of Fighters 15 is how many we're at.
Again, when I saw, because I don't know, I'm a very like like video game character racist.
Sure.
In that like I want all of my characters to be from Nintendo.
Sure.
Like it bothers me that even Snake is in the game, or like you know what I mean? Like Sonic's kind of Nintendo adjacent, whatever.
Yeah. Very slightly, but yeah, he's been there.
Yeah. But like, so every single DLC is just like, not every single, but a lot of the DLC when they have like Ryu, Ken, like all the new characters, I'm just like, okay, I'm less interested in this.
I remember when Terry was first being leaked, and people were like very hush hush about like it's an SNK character.
And you're like,
It's an SNK character. And then there was a picture that got put out of a bird on a rooftop with a star on his back. And all of us were like, that's Terry.
yeah.
I know that star. That's Terry.
All of us.
All of us. All of me and my Latin American friends.
you and nobody else in this country was super pumped about
Because
that.
it's such a specific design.
It's very iconic.
Very iconic. That very bright white star that we're like, that's Terry Boogers.
Yeah.
I know that's Terry Boogers.
Bogart.
Yeah, Terry Bogard.
I just remember like Luke hadn't played in a while, and when the DLC, I had all the DLC, and then he opened up the game, and he's like, Terry. He's like, why is this just like a dude with a dude name? This is before Steve, but even that, it's like you have like Sephiroth, Donkey Kong, Terry. Rob was funny too, but like
That's
Terry
what King of
was
Fighters is it's just regular dudes.
just beating each other up. Well, there's that Rick and Morty thing where it's like they had the super realistic video games, and then it was this is a fighting game, but the characters have to go throughout their normal day and then meet up. You have this bar of interest that goes down, and if it goes to the end, you aren't even mad anymore. So you don't fight. It's such a funny concept, but yeah, the Smash Bros. Thing. Well, and then you had that that whole esports thing with the tournament getting canceled.
The Mr. Beast stuff? Or you mean
this was Smash. I'm blanking.
you're
on
thinking
the
of the Panda Tour.
Yeah, Panda Tour, Panda Cup, and then the alternate Smash Tour that was run by actual Smash that they were doing. And so and they had all that drama too that was going
insane.
on, which was weird. I can't believe that they had me watching like a 45-minute video essay on how this operates and what the logistics of and what the drama is, and tweets and like the 45-page memoir of the CEO of Smash Bros. Or whatever. Just the
it's
whole
wild.
thing
I followed it pretty closely because I'm a big supporter of Panda. I was before.
That whole
Panda Allen is a person who I know very closely. He's a guy. But like it was very weird. I follow a lot of the Panda content creators.
I loved Panda.
The funniest part about that is Mars has taken all of that stuff and he's just doing it again on his channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he getting other creators to do it with him?
He's doing it with Wadi and Isam.
Dude, let's go.
him, Wadi, Isam, and Kony are all still doing the same content just on Mars's channel.
That's hilarious.
Which is great.
That's great. I didn't know that. I need to follow. I need to follow Mars and watch because
MARSS.
I really loved Panda. And I got introduced to them because I love Little Z, and I've watched him religiously. And I got introduced to them, and then because of that, I like Wadi. I like Kony. I love Kony. I think Kony's my favorite.
I'm a big cone head.
And then Mars is really good. And then Isam is such a dweeb, dude. He's just a walking encyclopedia.
Dude, I feel so bad for him on his stream. Because Smash Brothers attracts a very young audience to Twitch. And I can tell that he has to put up with it. So does every other Smash content creator. But Isam in particular is he's a very knowledgeable person. He doesn't I shouldn't speak for him. It's not that he doesn't like that audience. It's that it's very different than what he probably expected.
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't have the low tier god audience.
And especially because he studies the game so intensely. He wants to be able to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
But then you just have I want to see Mario fight Peach. You know what I mean? So
dude, it's wild.
No,
any streamer that does arenas with their fans, you are an absolute saint. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how you deal with that.
Dude, the other esports thing I was going to talk about is the CLG buyout.
The what?
CLG, Counter Logic Gaming. They recently got bought out by a big company and they fired all of their esports players.
Wow. What is CLG?
CLG does League of Legends. They do Smash.
Oh, okay.
They do other stuff probably, but that's what I know the most.
Dang. That was completely unrelated to the Panda Cup stuff.
So the reason that it made me think about it was after because IBDW, who was on Panda, and then Panda got shut down.
Okay.
Becomes a free agent, goes to CLG. CLG gets shut down.
Dude, it's the curse.
This poor man has had absolute horrendous luck with teams. And then he was talking about it on stream. The 2 previous teams that he was on before Panda also both shut down while he was on them.
Dude, this guy is the Black Plague of esports teams.
I love him. I love IBDW. I don't know if he goes by IBDW anymore. Cody Schwab.
My boy. He needs he probably should change his name so that people will hire him.
He was thinking about it for a while of like, I don't know if I want to go by IBDW anymore because it's a stupid name.
IBDW?
It stands for I be doing work.
Okay. No, legendary. That's hilarious.
And he was trying to decide, like, do I just go by Cody?
Yeah.
That's lame. Do I go by Schwab?
Well, Schwab. I would have gone Schwab. Schwab's pretty good. Cotton Schwab.
Yeah.
No, the esports stuff is good. I was just talking to Sam. And I was actually just talking to Jane about. And then you brought up Apex too, which is good, but it's like
I hate Apex.
I think for me it was when Overwatch 1 had started, and then everyone was on this talk of like, dude, esports is ramping up, like it's getting big. We're gonna see this stuff on television, national TV. They were like, dude, esports is gonna be the next big thing. I'm telling you. And then like 5 years, 6 years past them. I don't think. I may be unaware, but the only ones that are doing really good is League, and they've been doing really good for a long time.
League's doing really well. The Rocket League community is insane.
Well, I know that they're strong, but do they get like viewers? Like,
yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Not a sport that I would want to watch, but it's very cool.
It is cool.
Again.
So much more technical.
Valorant, to my dismay, is very popular.
Yeah.
Not a Valorant enjoyer.
I'm not a Valorant enjoyer.
But those people are out there. Specifically Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil loves shooting game esports.
Okay.
So Counter-Strike, Valorant. I think they follow Siege. They love it.
Wow.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Brazilian culture that they're like, esports, baby.
This is it. The kiss of the.
See, I am wondering if all of the Saudi Arabian stuff, esports is going to happen or not.
Well, oh yeah, weren't they going to have like a big tournament?
Yeah,
there or something?
Saudi Arabia is trying to become the esports capital of the world, which is really hard when the rest of the world hates you.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're trying, which means that a lot of esports players have to go through this argument of like, do I go to this one tournament that could pay for the rest of my life, and in doing so, take blood money from Saudi Arabia?
I was gonna say, and you're making a political statement by even like considering it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have to justify it. You know what I mean? So dang, yeah, that is a
wild.
Wrench.
Saudi Arabia is an insane country because they just throw money around. They have a golf tour. They have an esports arena that they're building. Others, probably, other sports, they love it.
They're like a mousetrap. I mean, they're just like, they just want people to go there for.
Dude, like that Line city that's going up in the Middle East?
Yeah?
But I don't know how much you know about that.
I don't.
Okay, so.
Line city?
Yeah, a line city. Or like a line nation. So
is it just like one super long
one super long line that in theory you would be able to like go up and down to get to the things that you need. So there would be like a train at the bottom that would take you all the way across and back the line.
Okay.
And everything else would be stacked up. So imagine if like you lived in skyscrapers your whole life, but they were all connected by the sides.
Okay.
And
this is like Ready Player One.
Similar, yeah. It's an insane concept. It's a Middle Eastern thing. I don't remember which country is doing it. I think it's Saudi Arabia because sounds like them.
So come to our for this reason too. Yeah.
But yeah, they have like 3D models of it. There's places in the desert that they've started like theoretically putting it up. They've started like marking out territory for it. Don't know if they're actually going to do it. I think it'd be hilarious to see that fail.
Well, it'd just be funny. Like you have this, because I don't know, the stereotypical Saudi Arabia is like desert, like, wasteland. So you just have like miles of desert on one end, bustling city for like 400 feet.
Yep.
Mile of wasteland. Yes. That'd be so funny.
That's the funniest part about the 3D model to me is when I looked at it is legitimately that. It's a desert as far as you can see, and there's one skinny, thin line of like 22nd century technology.
It's just a wall. I mean, it's
similar like how this building looks. It's like a super glass metropolis, but it's like 500
I'd imagine it'd be cool, and it'd be pretty convenient just to like you'd get rid of traffic because everyone just take the same bus that's like really smooth to just get to one end to the other.
I don't know how it turns around.
I was just saying, it's just a bullet train that's like backward.
It's a very funny concept to me.
That is. Cool.
I hope that I can retire in the Line City.
No, and no matter what, if it has an actual name, it will not be called that.
I
It
have
will just
no
be
idea
called
what its
the
actual name
Lion
is.
City.
I remember it being something really similar to that, like the straight line or whatever. But it was very funny when I found out about
No, dude, that's good. That's good. So, you, so now that we're on the esports train,
Sure.
what is esports club? And are you're just are you in an esport?
No.
Okay, you're just is this just like people? Is this esports club as in we watch esports and talk about
So
esports? Or is
esports
this-
club is not about esports. It's just a video game club.
Okay, okay,
I'm a very tertiary member.
okay,
I went to ISU after dark and I took photos for them.
okay.
And I hung out with them for a night, and they're very cool. And I wanted to.
What were they doing at After Dark?
They have their own section at After Dark where they just play games.
Oh, really?
They
Where?
had so when you go in, you have like the main auditorium, to the left, and then a left again. There's like the desk,
Mhm.
the interception desk, and then a left there. There's that room over there.
Yep,
That one.
that's sick. I'm gonna go there next
It's
time.
super cool. When I was there, they had Smash on a projector and they had Guitar Hero on a projector. There was a
Sick.
guy who was running like Risk in the back corner.
Okay.
They have a whole box of board games to play. 2 people were playing chess. One of the presidents was there playing chess with someone. It's a very cool
Dude, that
community.
actually sounds so sick.
It was a very fun time.
That would keep me at After Dark
Hmm.
around the whatever show they have there.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
because they're there from start to finish. For After Dark.
I'm going there next time. Like you
Mhm.
will see me at the next
Oh, yeah.
After Dark. Like,
They're very cool.
in the well, because they have the esports room
Yes.
in the
in State Gym?
State Gym. Yep.
I've never been there.
Which is it's really adorable. First off,
Hmm.
it's very small. And they have 4 TVs set up with Switch, Xbox, PlayStation.
Sure.
And then they have, I think, probably 18 computers
Hmm.
set up for like 5v5s.
Yeah.
So they're like facing each other
Mhm.
in strips of 5. But yeah, you just go in there. You can rent a mouse and keyboard and play games with yeah, or you can bring your own.
Yeah, no thank you.
for your-
I'm bringing my own.
for your-
I ain't
your
touching no
gaming.
sweaty keyboard.
Yeah.
No shot.
Yeah, I remember I've only been in there twice, and you'll see a lot of people playing like Madden there,
Mhm.
like the actual sports
Yeah.
games on the TVs.
The little bit that I know about it is people tried to play Smash there once, and they didn't know that it was like practice day at the gym.
Okay,
So like they're trying to play while there's just like screaming from the sports clubs that are happening through the gym because it's a gym
Mhm.
first and foremost.
yeah,
They're not gonna like, hey, could you guys quiet down?
yeah, it's like right next to
We're
a
trying to play
basketball court.
Smash
I was
Brothers.
like, we're actually busy here.
Yeah, like you will die if you try that, and I'm not gonna be that person. I'm not gonna be the martyr for the little esports group.
Hey, can you guys quiet it down here? And then
No.
they beat you to death.
Not worth it. Simply not.
No, it's a cool room. I just like that it exists. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they're trying. You know what I mean? And that was like the big esports boom
Yeah.
that everyone was expecting of.
Ice.
You know. Yeah,
Dude, I
it's always something going to be interesting to follow, and I think it's on the cusp of being a big thing.
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing is you just have people who are too old trying to run it, and
Yes.
people who are not too old or too corporate. Who
Mhm.
are like, it can get corporate and be nice, but it has to start like
Yeah.
with the people who are interested in doing it, and then let it get.
Dude, the next thing that I'm following, Omega Strikers. I don't know if you know
Yes.
about Omega Strikers or not.
That's the new Mario. Is it the new Mario Strikers that's coming out?
No.
Okay, what is Omega Strikers?
Omega Strikers is a 3v. I mean, it's a similar play style to like Mario
Mario
Strikers,
Strikers, yeah.
but it is a MOBA. The way that we describe it in the community, which is not super accurate, is MOBA air hockey.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 3v3 game where each person has a different character. They all have abilities like a MOBA, and you are shooting a puck around an arena and getting it to the other goal.
That sounds kind of sick.
It's super fun.
Is that out or is
It,
that
it comes out April 26th, 27th.
okay? And so you're just like waiting to hop on
I've
that.
been in a few betas for it.
Oh wow. Okay.
I absolutely adore it.
That's so sick. How do you get into a beta?
I looked on their Twitter and they said, hey, we are having an open beta. And I put my email in and they invited me.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you have a team, and then I can imagine that could get pretty competitive. I mean, that's just
Yes.
kind of like a simpler Rocket League. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
Like
is.
a 2D Rocket League, which
Mhm.
will have its own
Yeah.
like merit. But the abilities I think would be cool. Like that's a cool concept. I'll have to check
In
that
in
out.
2 betas, I put in 60 hours.
Dang.
And those were probably like 2 weeks each.
So you're gonna be right on the get go. You're just gonna start on like the top esports team.
In one beta, I climbed in 2 weeks from rookie rank, which is like your starting rank, to diamond.
Dang. How far does it go? Does it go to like grandmaster, like normal?
Diamond, master, omega.
Dang, dude. Dang, man. Yeah, I say you're gonna start sweaty.
It is the worst version of me I've ever met.
It's a version I look in the mirror and hate.
Like I have forever thought like the people who play League of Legends get very upset and like rage and do outrageous
You've been
stuff.
training your whole life for this.
Yeah, like I hated those people for a while. And then I got to like high platinum in Omega Strikers and I was like, I get it. I want to cause physical harm in Minecraft to my goalie. Like, I can't say that anymore. That's illegal now.
Physical
I forgot.
harm? Yeah.
No, physical harm in Minecraft.
Minecraft?
Yeah, I don't know if you know about that either. A 4channer, of course.
Damn,
He
You're bringing
threatened.
this stuff from the grave.
It was recent. A 4channer said that he was going to, and again, I'm quoting. I'm not saying this. I'm quoting a 4chan article.
Cameras, guys.
Yeah. He said that he was going to enact, firearm violence against his state senators. And then at the bottom of the post, he put in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And then the police raided his house.
Bro, what?
Because that's a serious threat.
I know, but wait, are you saying that in Minecraft didn't fool him?
Yeah.
He's saying that
There was a big outcry on the internet of like, we're doomed.
Yeah.
We can't say
We can't
in
say-
Minecraft anymore. It's over for
Boys,
us.
the group chats are done.
Yeah.
We're deleting them all. We can't be in there.
I did a show on that too when it happened because I was like,
In
this is hilarious
Minecraft,
and I
this is
have to talk about this.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Getting FBI raided because he threatened
Yeah.
the senators in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine they were quaking in their boots for sure.
When Roe v. Wade first got overturned, there was a Kotaku article that said the title was something along the lines of how to put the 9 United States grand jury into Minecraft for your own reasons.
For a friend.
That was an insane article. I'm pretty sure it was Kotaku. And it was literally like a tutorial on how to mod in.
Step-by-step mod. Oh, man. Oh, that's good, dude. A lot of threats going out in the beloved children game. That's probably part of the reason why Steve got banned was because the threats
people are scared.
Threats are getting. They're so scared of what the block man can do. Oh,
I feel so bad now because I see people with like squarish heads and I'm like, Steve.
I mean, as if it wasn't a roast before.
As if it wasn't hard enough that you were like, you have to live in a literal box.
Now you're getting banned.
Now I look at you like, you look like you got banned at a local.
The roast write themselves, I guess, dude. Oh yeah, but how's League been? You've been playing a lot.
I have not played a lot.
I haven't either.
I've been celibate from League of Legends.
Sober.
Yeah.
Sober from an anger. Anger sober.
Because like nothing fun has happened. I play Clash now and that's it.
Clash of Clans.
Clash in League of Legends.
Thank you.
Not on the Clash of Clans train.
I was like, that's a step.
No,
for sure.
No, I mean, part of that is Final Fantasy XIV has taken over my entire lifespan. I've been working on the same achievement for the past 3 months, and I'm finally done. And it made me want to die.
So I'm kind of confused because you had mentioned that 14, like, 14, the game.
14.
And you were saying that you have a group of people. Is Final Fantasy 14 online?
Yeah, it's an MMO.
I did not know that. That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14 are MMOs.
Okay, because I think that justifies the amount of time you claim to put into it.
Yeah.
Because I thought like it was just the one player story arc game, and I was like, how much time is there to put into
There's
it?
not.
I mean, it's not like Dark Souls, is it? Like,
no, Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 14. I say 14. I say Final Fantasy. I say either interchangeably because most of us that are in the community are saying like, oh, we're talking about this one. Fantastic game. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love it. It only takes 400 hours for it to get good, but it's pretty good.
It's the One Piece of video games.
Yeah. You have to sit through 90 levels of story,
but then
you got to do the cool stuff.
And then it's fun. Then you can have your body pillow.
That still hasn't gotten here yet, by the way.
Really?
I got the tracking info for it a couple days ago.
Okay, so it's en route.
It's coming from China.
That's pretty sick. I thought you said it was commissioned. So was the original like art commissioned and then
Mhm.
it was put onto something and then it gets sent from.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't someone, like,
It's a whole
stitching it into.
no. It's a whole experience because the company is in like Greenland or Iceland or something like that. I send the details to them, and they're like, "Yeah, that'd be great." They send that off to China. China prints it back to them, back to me.
Oh, okay. So you're in like this weird
Yeah,
middleman.
and I've done this before, and this step that it's on right now can take actual months.
Dude.
Because sometimes stuff gets lost in China transit, and
They're allowing you to regret the decision before you get it.
I mean, there's no regret.
Yeah,
there's
it's
genuinely
gonna be-
no regret.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude, you know, the confidence to talk about that on the podcast is like that's what makes me question your introvertedness.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
It's my
like,
favorite thing when I show off my apartment and people come into my room and there are body pillows on my couch bed.
and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I always
What are
wonder
they?
what people think because like my couch in my room has 3 body pillows on it.
It's
And
it's the most alpha thing you can do.
right.
By the way, is to show no timidness.
Mhm.
To be like, yeah, hop into my crib.
Yeah.
Especially if you bring girls there. Like
don't,
that'd be so
but
that'd be
yeah.
so funny, dude.
I got one message on Tinder once, "Hey, can we do it on the anime sheets?" And I said, "That's the only place I do it actually."
Yeah.
And then she
Yeah.
never responded to me
Yeah.
again. I don't know that she ever will, but it was a nice
I would
interaction.
say if you just get that out there in the open, I mean, you're gonna get the kind of people that are like not only cool to do that, but like want to do that.
See,
You know
'cause
what I mean?
I mean, first off, I'm not a good person for relationship advice,
Mm-hmm.
but people keep coming to me with it as if I am. I am not a relationship artist. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not imagine being with someone who is not comfortable with it.
It would be it'd be an impossibility.
Yeah.
It'd be like you can't. I mean, this is a relationship in general. Like there are things you can't overlook, and like what a person is really into is just one of them. You know what I mean? So it's like I couldn't imagine just dating someone who's just uncomfortable about that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't just accept that.
I'm not gonna like on the third date, like, hey, by the way, when we go back to my place, be prepared.
Be prepared. Be
My
prepared
bed's
for that.
covered in anime women.
Yeah, yeah, and they're just like yes.
Like that has to be established pretty early on. Of
I
like,
was
I'm an
saying.
absolute loser, by the
Let's say
way.
it can't be day 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be. Which I mean, again though, you're gonna find the perfect person for you because
Mm-hmm.
like if a person who's into that or is gonna be accepting that, you're already like
Hey,
10. You're already
if you're out there,
yeah. I
you
say,
specifically, if you're out there, I am exceptionally alone. Like it's wild.
yeah, I say,
I have not been on a date in years.
okay.
So
all right. Go. let's end it on a good note.
I'm sending out, a message to any of you out there. Anyone willing to take in a soldier in arms, a brother in arms. We exist. Godspeed.
My man needs it. And if anybody can help, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe.
Oh, yeah.
For Nakota, pay
I'm
for the
desperate.
first date.
Thank you for saluting back in the audience. I can finally take my hand down. I appreciate that.
So good, so good. With that plug, I know somebody is coming in here at 6. So with that plug, what
Mm-hmm.
other plugs would you like to do before we round this one out?
The other plugs that I would like to do, go check out Omega Strikers. Go follow them on Twitter. I want the game to do really well when it comes out. There's another game that's coming out. That's a chess fighting game, which is super sick, which I'm excited to come out. Very excited for that. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but Google it. It's very cool.
Okay.
That comes out next summer. Super cool game. Follow me, probably. I don't know. You could find my Twitter maybe if you're like a weirdo or whatever. There's nothing on there, but you could find it. I'll give you like a cookie or
Subway
whatever.
tweet, yeah.
Yeah. If you could find my Subway tweet on Facebook. My tweet on Facebook. That's right. I use the internet. Find that. Make fun of me. I'm a cool dude. I'm on the internet too much. Say hello to me. Come to Famfrit on Final Fantasy 14. I'll raid lead for you.
The Olympics.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'll be at Esports Olympics in Singapore. We'll be going.
My free company is looking for people for the next patch for Asphodel or for Pandemonium. Come check it out. Famfrit, I need help. I need a tank and 2 DPS. I'd love to have you there.
Yeah. So a lot of people, if you are familiar with the games,
If any of that made any sense to you, please get a hold of me.
then you are the one that he's talking to.
You are the person. You, the dancer who sits alone in their bedroom, please talk to me. I
Please,
need
yeah,
you.
yeah, need a lot of people. It was so awesome, and I wanted to personally thank you for starting off, middling out, and then ending this first
Oh, yeah.
this first season out, this first year of podcast out. It's really been just an honor.
I told you, it's the same honor that it is for you that it is for me. I love talking, and people keep giving me the opportunity to do it. I'm going to keep taking it.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for talking on the podcast. I know people love you on here, and I love you on here. So it's awesome having you on, Nakota.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your night.